you know who really has her thumb on the pulse of everything that's going on and is really going to get us out of this mess? Liz Warren. Check this out. Liz gets it. Look, check this. This is awesome, by the way. Check this out. Liz gets it. Look at this. So Julian Castro endorses Liz Warren because, you know, candidates who lie about their support for Medicare for all stick together. But check this out. She gets it.
I'm going to talk a little bit, for any of you who don't know me, tell you a little bit about myself. Tell you.
First of all, who is going to a rally for somebody where they don't even know who she is? That just screams inspiration right there. So for anyone who doesn't have a clue who I am, for anyone who's missed all of my milquetoast performances at every debate, for anyone who hasn't been paying attention to the fact that I flip-flop on policy on a daily basis, for anyone who's not hip to the fact that the only thing politically I was ever consistent at more than a week was being Republican. I did that for a while. Everything else, depending on the week, I might switch. Let me tell you a little bit about me. Here we go.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I'm in this fight. And then we're going to do something historic, right in the center of democracy. Julian and I, for the first time in history, we're going to stand here and do double selfies. And everybody's
Oh, my God.
So here's what we're going to do now.
We don't need to watch. World War III. We're embarking on World War III. Double selfies. Double selfies. Liz Warren's gonna take. Like, are we in a cartoon? Like, is somebody? Every now and again, do you ever find yourself walking down the street and just going like this, being like, "There's no way it's this ridiculous. There's no way that we just assassinated somebody in Iran, that the corporate media is lying to us the same way they lied to us about Iraq, that Donald Trump is the commander-in-chief babbling about just a bunch of nothing, and that the potential opposition to him is talking about double selfies. There's no way that is real. There's no way that, you know, I haven't seen all of The Watchmen. This transition will make sense soon, I promise you. But I started watching The Watchmen, and I only got through the first episode. So you know, keep that in mind that I don't know all that happened. But it's supposed to be a dystopian story. And in some ways it is, but in other ways, and this isn't a spoiler here, so don't worry about that. But in other ways, all right, first of all, the police are not over-militarized. They need to get permission before they can use their weapons. They need to go through a screening process before they get access to their guns, first of all. Second of all, they're actually against white supremacists, as opposed to the police being white supremacists themselves, which, by the way, yes, there are registered KKK members in our police force. Anonymous revealed that to us years ago. Nothing's been done about it. So, is it really all that dystopian? My point is, it's like sometimes these dystopian fictions actually, in some ways, would be an improvement in reality. Now, I've only watched the first episode, so maybe it's like, no, Ron, actually, it's not that. That all ends up being a facade. I don't know yet. Don't spoil it for me. I'm not spoiling it for you. Don't spoil it for me. I'm just saying, I noticed that. Like, I was like, well, actually, their police is less militarized than ours, and they're fighting white supremacists as opposed to, you know, being among them. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, again, only see the first episode. There might be some big elaborate plot that they're in. You get my point, though. The theme is, you know, as Bad Religion said, as Greg Graffin said, one of my favorite musicians and one of my favorite academics too. There aren't a lot of academics I'm a fan of. It's a short list, so Greg Graffin's on that list. I mean, there are some. There's Michael Hudson. There's Noam Chomsky. There's Stephanie Kelton. There's I'm gonna forget a bunch. So why should I even keep going? I'm gonna forget. There's Janet Lyon. I'm a fan of hers. Yeah. whatever. We don't need to keep going. We don't need to keep going. Cornel West. Do you still count like someone at that level? Do you still count them as an academic, or are they kind of something different at that point? That's a topic for a different day. A Cornel West, Noam Chomsky. Do you still call them an academic, or do you? Yeah, I don't. But anyway, Liz Warren, double selfies. Double selfie. You almost feel a little bad for almost. I don't feel bad for her because she's, kind of she's just trying to take votes away from Bernie so it goes to a second ballot. That's what she's doing. I'm sorry. That's it. That's what she's doing. But you almost she comes across as your really boring aunt who you don't like talking to, but you force conversation with, because it's like, how is a human being this boring? That's what she comes across as. She comes across as like, as one of those family where you're just like, have you ever done anything interesting in your life? Have you ever done that? And then she just found out what a selfie was a week and a half ago. And you're like, yeah, you're really not that old. You didn't know what a selfie was? She's like, I know what a selfie is. And now she's taking double selfies with Julian Castro, who, by the way, he does not look all that thrilled. Here, we're not going to watch the whole thing again. In fact, let's watch it with the sound off, because we're just looking for Julian here. See if they show Castro. Here, wait. Where is he? They show him. He does not look like super thrilled, like, oh man, I'm totally double selfies. I'm into it. Whatever. It's not loading now. It's not important. But anyway, we're going to do double selfies, and then people cheer. Oh, wait, here, it's back. Can they, where is he? There he is. Look. He does not look thrilled. He does not look at that. Look at that. Does that face say I'm inspired? Does that, I definitely made the right endorsement. It's like he knows what's coming. She came up to him and she's like, I got it. Double selfies. And then all of her campaign was like, Lucy, I get it. You think double selfies are stupid too. By the way, I got one of the coolest gifts ever. I got a pair of socks with pictures of Lucy on them. It's amazing. I have Lucy socks now. My first question to my fiance, who bought the socks for me, was, is it cool if I wear this to our wedding? To which she responded, well, I mean, if you want to, which I'm not married yet, but I'm still picking up on some things. That was code for, no, please don't wear those to our wedding. And I'm like, okay, I get it. They don't match. Is that what you're telling me? Just say they don't match and you prefer I don't wear them. And she's like, well, we'll get you a pair that matches. So we're looking into getting me a blue pair of Lucy socks so it matches the suit that I'm going to wear for my wedding. And some would say that my fiance is an enabler in this situation. They might be right. But I really want to wear socks that have my cat on them. I don't really care about socks that much. I don't pay much attention to them. Half the time, I don't bother matching them. So the idea of having socks with my cats on them, that means a lot to me. My cat, singular. It's just, there's a bunch of pictures of her. Okay. So anyway, he doesn't look swayed. Like they told him, who's inspired by this? I mean, the crowd cheered because it's her people, but what the hell? Hey guys, we're going to do double selfie. Do you know what just happened in Iran, Liz? Double selfies. And then there was footage of her dancing. And I'm sure, I didn't see everything she said. I didn't see her entire speech. So maybe she did talk about what was going on some. Maybe she didn't. I don't know. But when an illegal assassination occurs and U.S. bases are being attacked, that's not the time for dancey time. That's not dancey time, Liz. It's not dance time. That's like when George W. Bush did something like that, where he was dancing. Louis Black had a famous bit about it, where he's like, yeah, you don't dance around when something, I forget all the details, but he's like, you put on a frowny face, Mr. President. That was what Louis Black was saying. Oh man. Double selfies. Double selfies. That's she's not for Medicare for all, but she's for double selfies for all. Look at Julian Castro. Look at him. He looks like somebody's forcing him to be there. He looks like there is somebody behind him with a gun pointed into his spine going, you better be excited about the double selfies, Julian. You better be excited because this is what we have. This is all we bring to the table. We bring no ideas. We bring no perspectives. Now, Liz Warren on The View the other day failed under scrutiny one time against Meghan McCain. She crumbled. She was starting to kind of get it right that, hey, we can't assassinate this guy and just call whoever we want terrorists. But then Meghan McCain, big old Meghan McCain, and Liz Warren couldn't push back against Meghan McCain. She's like, yeah, he's a terrorist. Okay, Meghan. She can't push back against Meghan McCain. Please tell me how she's going to beat Trump. Can't push back against Meghan McCain. Can't handle hecklers. Liz Warren can't do that. Please tell me how she's going to beat Trump. Unbelievable. Now, the other time, she just ignored Meghan McCain, and she started talking about the wealth tax. And I don't know if you saw that clip, but she actually did an okay job there. Liz Warren is getting mildly better at repeating Bernie's policies. That's the one compliment I can give her on the one segment in The View, and the other segment, she just caved completely. But in one segment on The View, she actually did a mildly good job at pushing back. Or not pushing back. She didn't push back. She just made her point. She did a good job at repeating Bernie's policies. So there's that. Double selfies. That'll get us out of this mess. Double selfies. Guys, we have a little bit of good news from Linus over on the Reddit subsection. I knew today was going to be not so happy. Again, there's a time for a frowny face. When is there a time for a frowny face? When we're instigating a world war. That's a time for a frowny face. When we're continuing the war machine right in the open, and it's just a repeat of the same soundtrack from Iraq. And guess what? It's a similar soundtrack that they did from Vietnam to present. We have an economy based on war, but we have a choice. We don't have to accept it. We can fight this thing. We can turn the tide. And when we turn the tide, you know what's going to happen inevitably? The United States is not going to be an empire anymore. We're going to just be another country. That's going to happen. And when it does, the world will be a better place. But we have a choice. We have a choice. Maybe, and we have a chance. We're not guaranteed success, but we have a chance and we have a choice to try to just turn that wheel, to try to turn the wheel so that we step down as an empire. We have a chance and a choice to do that. We're not guaranteed success. We might do everything right and still fail. We might. And I know you don't have any power. I don't either. I'm just a guy on YouTube. But we got to at least show up in the streets. And we got to at least, make the right decisions at the ballot box. And not... Anyway, my point is, today's show was going to be a downer. How could it not be? How could I could have just been like, you know what? Screw it. I'm getting, guys, I can't, not today. We are going to exclusively look at news from TMZ. That's what we're going to do. We're only going to look at stuff from, and no offense, it's just pop culture. That's what they do, right? That's what they do. So it's like, we're just going to look at what insert celebrity's name here said about insert another celebrity's name here. I did a segment on TMZ once, and I was shocked they invited me back. It's like I had no idea who any of these people were. I'd like to think I pay attention, but I really filter what I pay attention to. And I had no idea who these celebrities were that I was supposed to talk about. So I wrote these jokes. I'm guessing they were okay. And I did them. Some people laughed. But I had no idea. It was like I had just learned that day. Because I did. Like, I was like, I don't know who these, I don't know. I just Googled some shit and then wrote some jokes. And the person who got me the spot, he was like, hey, how did your segment go? I was like, I have no idea. First of all, those segments, they're like 30 seconds long. So how do you really even know? And second of all, again, I had no, but they invited me back. I guess it didn't go terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you can find that if you dig hard enough for it online. It's out there. But yeah, it's a couple years ago. Brown says, getting back before we get off the Liz Warren thing. Brown says that Julian Castro looks like his mother made him go to church. Here, wait, let me bring up that photo one more time because that's really good. Oh crap, I lost it. Here, wait, let me see if I can get back to it. Yes, I can. All right, perfect. I deleted the link. Here we go. Let's see if. Oh wait, we lost the still. It went all willy nilly on its own. Here, wait. Let's wait for the still. There it is. There. He looks like his mother made him go to church. That's what Brown says, and I think that's 100% right on. Thank you for that, Brown.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your